One of the oldest problems for front-end web developers has to be form validation. Since the 90s, people have been trying to validate both on the front end and on the back end. I want to show you just a very simple solution for working with form validation directly baked into HTML. It allows you to do pattern matching, and that way you always get the kind of data you're expecting as somebody submits a form. You ready? Let's jump in. Hey, what's up? My name is Chris, and welcome to Coding in Public. All right, so today I was working on this little project where I wanted somebody to put in their name, their last name, their phone number, zip, etc., etc. Now, you probably know that if I were to come in here and add some kind of email address that doesn't actually give me an email address, let's just put something else and submit the form, it's going to actually include, hey, you have to do this because down here I have a type of email. Same thing goes for a number. If I tried to enter in some kind of letters, it actually won't even let me do that. So those are some baked in things, but did you know that you can actually pattern match as well? So for instance, let's look at this very first one here where I have a first name and a last name. Now you have to be careful with this, but I know, for instance, that I want both of these to only be things that are not numbers, because I know people might have characters in their name like this, so I don't want to just say it has to be letters. So what I can do is come over here, and after this name, let's do it for both of these, I'll say pattern equals, and then I'm just going to paste in a little bit of regex. Now all this says is from the start to the end of the line, it can have anything that's basically not a number, not a digit. So let's go ahead and do this for both of these. First name, we'll do the exact same thing here for last name. Now I save it. If I come over here and I start to enter something and I add a number, for instance, in the front end, let's also do it for the last name as well, and I'll submit the form. You'll see it says, please match the requested format. Now, not a very helpful error message, but you see it actually is doing some kind of check on what they're entering into the form. So you can actually kind of hack around this. I'm not sure if this is great for accessibility or not. I tried to look it up and couldn't find anything. So if you know, let me know. But if you can come in here and just give it a title. So for instance, you can say like, your name cannot contain any numbers or something like that. And let's go ahead and do the same thing here for the first name. And if I add something like this, and let's say I add a number in the last name, and then I go ahead and submit this, now you'll see that I get please match the requested format, but I also get this helpful error message, the actual title here, your name can't contain any numbers. On this phone number, let's say I wanted it to be this kind of format, just like this, all right? So I want it to actually match this exact pattern. But I can come in here and say pattern equals, and then once again, I'll just go ahead and paste in this. And this says, basically give me three numbers. So 0 through 9, I have to have three of those, then a dash, then three numbers again, and then finally four numbers. Now, this is how it is in the US. You may have it differently wherever you're at. So you can see how this is just kind of a basic example. Now I can do the exact same thing where I can say title and say your format must match. And I'll just do 555, 555, 5555. All right, now same exact thing happens here. If I come in here and I add something here and I go to submit it, now I get your format must match this. So that actually really helps you when you're entering in data from the front end. One last example, let's go down to the zip code down this way. We'll do the exact same thing here. We'll say pattern equals, and then I'll paste in this. Again, just saying I need 5 exactly in a row. And again, this is how it happens to be in the US. So there's a lot more complexity, obviously, and this is only front end, but you can see how helpful this is for something small, a project where you know people aren't trying to be malicious. It's just like something you're doing for friends, and you want them to be able to enter in the data correctly. Now, obviously, you still have to validate this all on the back end as well. But now if I come in here and I add my name, and now I submit the form, you'll see I actually get this nice little modal that pops up just to show you that all those things came through exactly as you expected them. Again, obviously you still need to validate this on the back end as well, but it's really nice to actually have this built straight into HTML for small little projects where I know it's just sent out to a couple of friends who are trying to get back data to me. I'm more than happy to use something like this, just front end validation. I hope this was a big help to you. It's cool to know that stuff like this is built directly into HTML. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Happy coding.